Hello, today I would like to talk about cloud transformation use case. Cloud transformation use case was introduced in latest release of HP Enterprise Maps in 3.0 version, and it basically should serve you for assessment of your application based on their suitability to move to cloud. So the case is that you have a bunch of applications, ideally loaded and managed in enterprise maps, and you would like to know whether they are capable to move from on-premise environment to SaaS environment. So what we are going to need in order to do that. So I have my enterprise maps instance here, and I have also cloud service automation server, which will be used in latest steps of this transformation. So in enterprise maps, on the home page, you can click on in the transformation pillar, you can click on the transformation guide, which will lead you to the wizard-like page which contains all the steps which you have to do in order to transform your application to cloud. Let's stay for a while on this page. So on the left side, you can see the statistics containing the numbers about your data inside enterprise maps. So you can see we have almost 200 applications here, and my instance of enterprise maps contains the demo data. So if you would like to try the functionality without the need to creating very sophisticated data, you feel free to use the demo data. You will have you should see the same thing which I'm presenting in this video. In the main area, you can see the wizard itself. It contains the 5 steps. First step, import data. Second, run surveys, analyze results, model deployments, and build service designs. You can switch to every step, and every step will show you the details below, what is necessary to do or what you can do, and stuff like that. So let's begin with the first step. So in the first step, you have to import some data. So okay, we have the demo data, but we would like to work with your own, or you have empty enterprise maps and there is nothing in it, so you have to somehow load the data into it. So there are 4 types of data which we are interested in during the cloud transformation. These are the contacts, data centers, applications, servers or virtual machines. Every data type contains 2 options which are the same or similar to all of them, which is you can either load them from the spreadsheet. Regarding the spreadsheets, we have very much detailed video on HP Live Network, so feel free to watch it. Or you have to go the create new way, and this means that you have to create the data manually. Regarding the contacts, there is the specific integration, so you can integrate enterprise maps with LDAP, and then you can load all the contacts from your LDAP server. So this will make it easier for you to create the data. Regarding the data centers, there are not supposed to be a lot of data centers. So let's take a look at those 3 data centers. What we mean by the data centers. So by default, we came with 3 data centers. First is Amazon. Second one is dedicated hardware hosting. This is basically not a cloud solution, or it basically references your own cloud solution, or HP Cloud. You can add there anything what you want on your own, like vCenter or stuff like that. But just it's worth to mention that there are some other details which needs to be covered when the data center is created. regarding the finance stuff. It's good. Basically, every such data center has a specific financial profile which specifies how much it will cost the deployment to this center, and this is financial aspect is one of the criteria which we use during the cloud transformation use case in order to say whether the application is suitable to move to cloud or not. So let's get back uh, to the wizard. So after the data centers, you can load the applications. So again, the easiest way is to load them from the spreadsheet, or you can integrate enterprise maps with project portfolio management or configuration database, and then the data will be loaded from those servers. Last but not least, you have to somehow load servers. So again, spreadsheet or configuration database is the best option, because basically applications and servers, there is usually a bunch of them, so it will be very time consuming to create them manually. Once you loaded the data, at the bottom you can see another statistics like how many applications are ready to move to cloud, how many of them already moved to cloud, which means that they have automated deployments, uh, how many of them has no deployment specified, and stuff like that. So, so now we have the data, and we can move to the second step, which is basically run surveys. During the surveys, we are getting more details about the applications which you loaded into the system. Surveys, it's something what we also introduced in 3.0 release of enterprise maps, and it's a very powerful tool in case of getting the reasonable data from the users. We are getting the information about the application from three areas, from the technical, business, and financial area. So here you can see how many assessments are already done or are in progress. So if you want to start a new survey, let's say the financial assessment, just click here on Start Survey. It will lead you to the page with the survey. So you have to give it some name, expected completion date. It's today, but it's something what is used in order to notify the users. You can send the email notifications, and the user once will be notified that he's responsible for taking this survey, and he will see uh, something like, if you click on the right side on the preview, this is exactly what the user will see once he gets the email from the system. Uh, so you can see there are several questions regarding the financial details of the application. You have to answer them, and there is very detailed survey management. There is another video which is covering the surveys on our live network. So in case you are interested in this, feel free to watch this video, and you will get familiar with all the details. So let's get back to the wizard. So then you simply start the survey, emails will be sent, and people will start the assessment of the applications. So these are the surveys. Uh, Once you get the information, you have to analyze them, so at least overview them, which leads to the third step, which is analyze the results. So in order to analyze the results, we have predefined two options here. First is cloud transformation map, which basically all those analytics tools will go to the reports section in enterprise maps. So the cloud transformation map contains the heat map, which basically tells you the status or transformation status of the applications. So here it means the color means the status of the application, how much ready it is uh, to get it to cloud. So basically, we are here looking for the green boxes. The size displays annual cost of this application, which is taken from the financial profile, and the the stripes also tells you whether it's good to transform it or not. So here we are basically looking for the big green striped boxes like the CCM core here. Or you can also review the applications which are already transformed like Ascent and stuff like that. You can of course play with this heat map, so you can change the behavior of the heat map in any way you want. Second is second report is cloud transformation status. It's a table report which basically tells you very similar information like the heat map, but just with exact numbers and in a table. So just a small note here, every time you see this button, show more information, you can click it and you will get a better description or more detailed description about what is shown on that page or what is required and what is not. So here we can see all the applications. We can see what is the business score, financial score, technical score, and overall score, which basically these scores are numbers between 0 and 100 and are taken from the answers from the surveys. Of course, the surveys can be customized to contain the questions which you like, or to have the values or return the values which are aligned with your processes and situation regarding your application. But basically at the end you will have some number between 0 and 100 from the business area, from the financial area, and from technical area. This will lead to the overall score. And at the end, we will also provide you some recommendation status, which will tell you how much the application is suitable to move to cloud, whether it's better to use public cloud or private cloud, and specifically on this report, you can also see what is the current hardware cost and what will be the transformation strategy. And this is the assessment tab. You can also switch to the financial, so you can see financial numbers related to this application, which basically tells you, let's say, take the first one, ASEC. Okay, total cost currently almost $3 million. Transformation cost 65,000. You will see, you will you will save $500,000 if you transform it, which is great because you will save a lot of money, and over 5 years it will basically return back. So it's a good example of application which is from financial point of view, it's good to transform it and move it to cloud. Then there is a similar report from the technical perspective. So there is a technical information. So first is the technical score. There is the recommendation, what to do with the application, whether it has service design in CSA, and or whether it has the service design in CSA, what is the recommended data center, and again, what is the transformation strategy. So this is the cloud transformation status. I would like to stay on the reports page for a while right now, because there are not only these two reports, it's also worth to go to cloud assessment. You can find there a bunch of other reports. Uh, I would like to show you, for example, cloud analysis dashboard, which is basically a dashboard which contains multiple graphs and reports like this. First is the cloud transformation status, which we have seen previously. There is also the map. You can always maximize it and restore it back. You can also see the cloud transformation data quality, which is basically a policy compliance report, which tells you how much the applications are compliant. You can see another financial reports which can be customized. You can see a heat map related to your installed software. You can see the roadmap where you can plan the transformation from the time perspective. So it's very useful dashboard which can be used once you start to use Enterprise Maps product more intensively. So basically the result from the analyze results step, from the first step of our cloud transformation use case, should be better knowledge about which applications are ready to move to cloud and which are not. So this is basically the goal. So you should have better picture about your application in your company, and better idea what it would mean to move each of them to cloud. So we finished the first step, and this leads us to the model deployments, which is the fourth steps in our cloud transformation use case. And here we should create or specify more in details about your applications from the architecture point of view. So you have two options here. You can either specify them by diagrams or by spreadsheets. So if you hover over each option, you can see that it's changing and showing you the next step. So the first step is using the diagrams. So Enterprise Maps product can integrate with Spark's Enterprise Architect, which is basically a designer tool, Archimate certified, which allows you to create the designs of your applications. We have created a very detailed documentation about how you can design the application. So if you follow this link, it will open the documentation about what is possible and how the applications should be designed. So we have basically three kind of applications. So you can have three types of application design. You can have simple application design, which is in the first section, which means that you can specify the application as it is. It's basically the architecture of the application itself, and it's pretty straightforward. There is nothing strange or nothing complicated there. Or you can have specialization of some application, which is basically reference. You can use a reference application, which means like, okay, I have some J2E web application, and in CSA I already published J2E web application service design, and this is some sort of pattern for my all J2E web applications. So I will just reference or I will just simply say that this application is using this pattern for my J2E web application. So I don't need to specify very detailed design. I will reuse this design which already exists, and it's used as a pattern for all my J2E web applications. And it will be more and more simple for me in order to deliver this design to enterprise maps because I don't need to specify it for every application, but I will reuse the reference application design. Last is basically the existing design, so you already have some existing design and you can simply associate it with the deployment model which of your application in enterprise maps. So this is about modeling the deployments using the diagrams. Why it is so important? It's important because later we will use these details from the designs, from the model deployments uh, to better estimate the cost, to better estimate how much it will cost to run the application in cloud or to maintain the application in cloud. So it will give you much more precise estimate. Very similarly, what you can do or how you can model the deployments using the diagrams and Spark's Enterprise Architect tool, you can do the modeling using the spreadsheets. So if you look at the spreadsheets options, you have two options here. So the first one, import from spreadsheets, means that you will create the design by yourself, so that you are the one who can do that, and you will do that. You will specify it in the spreadsheet, and then it will be imported, and you are done. Or you are not the one, and you have some architect and who can do that and is responsible for it. Then you go the second option, which is basically that you will run a survey where the architect will simply import the application deployments for you. So every survey is somehow related to specific applications. So there will be, if you have the correct data in enterprise maps, the right people will be notified and will fill the data in. Again, we have very detailed video regarding related to surveys on our live network, so feel free to watch it there. So this is the option. So let's take a look about what it means to import it from spreadsheet. So no matter who will do that, if you click on the import from spreadsheet, it will lead you to the spreadsheet info import page. And here you can download a template, which will basically show you how the deployment can be specified using the spreadsheets. So here uh, the spreadsheet has several tabs. So this is some sort of overview tab. So here you can see what is the design or desired design. So in the end you will have design like this. So you have some pet clinic application. It has some production environment, which is divided between two servers. One is for the application server, and second one is for the database. On the database, there is the MySQL, and you use server class for Excel, which is basically specifying some sort of size of the server, how powerful the machine is. And then for the application server, you are using the OpenJDK with Tomcat, and it's a middle size class M server. So this is what could be. This is just an example. You can basically update it in any way you want. Again, we have very detailed example on our live network, which is related to spreadsheets. There are two videos. There is the template, which is very detailed, and you can import much more if you want. So here you just specify those four boxes. So let's take a look. Test, deployment name, test, application deployment description, environment will be production. So it will update the deployment name, and here on the servers tab I can see those two servers for Tomcat, Java and MySQL. On system softwares I can see that I'm using those free softwares in this version, and I have those environments. And you can of course update all those tabs. You can add your own depending on the information. The import tool is very powerful, and the spreadsheets can do a lot of things. So then you simply take the example, put it to import dialog on our here, and the application will be imported. Again, what's the benefit of this step? If you deliver the deployment specifications, you can get much more precise estimates regarding the finances, which means how so we can more precisely recommend you the right data center for your application. And let's move to the last step, which basically is build service design. So here you have all those three options which are already mentioned during the model deployments. So either you can go the application deployment model, which means that you have that your application has a specific deployment model specified, and you can go this way. Or you can use the reference service design, which means that you have some reference application design which is used for your application. Again, there is a help how to do that. You can select the application and go this way. Or you can use existing service designs, which means that enterprise maps can be integrated with the CSA or coder, and the data between those two are synchronized. So basically the components from CSA or coder are synchronized to enterprise maps, and the topology designs are also synchronized, so they will be available for you in order if you want to reuse them. I would like to show you the application deployment model. So first we have to select the application, which in our case will be Ascent. And in case of us, it will lead us to the application component detail page, specifically to Cloud Transformation tab. On this tab, you can see a lot of information which basically came from the surveys. And here is on the overview, you can see the score of the application, how much it is suitable or ready to move to cloud. And also you can see other information regarding the cloud transformation strategy. In this case, you can already see that we have some deployment model specified. So we know the architecture of this application. You can see that strategy is transformed. So okay, even though the business and technical alignment is not so well regarding those numbers, we decided that we will transform it. You can see more information, of course. You can see and you can go to other tabs to dive into the details. So basically on a financial alignment, you can see the information regarding the finance. So again, there are more detailed descriptions. You can see that the current data center is HP Cloud. Currently it costs 56,000, almost 57,000. And you can see what are the alternatives. And this is basically the numbers are taken from the surveys here. But you can use this combo box and switch it to the deployment or architecture information, which you have and which is coming from the tools, from the diagrams or from the spreadsheets. And then you will see more precise information. So you can see that based on the deployment model, the cost is much less, and that the comparison is, and that the cost is not so high as in case if we take the numbers and we don't take the uh, deployment model into account. Of course, you can take a new survey. If you don't like the data, you can verify it again and stuff like that. On a business alignment, you will get detailed information regarding the business alignment, so you can see what are the partial scores from the survey. And again, here you can see this spider graph, which will tell you how much you are aligned. You can also review survey answers, which will tell you where you can see how many people answered. So we can see that only one person answered and what were the answers. So you can decide based on this how relevant the uh, numbers are to the real world. There is a technical alignment. On the technical alignment, you will see again very similar information as on a business alignment, just from the technical perspectives. Again, you can see uh, what are the answers, so you can see that here we have the demo data and nobody answered it actually. Last but not least, last step is the most important, and it goes to model deployments. So here you can again, if you are lost in this, you can get help. So either you can use the existing deployment model, or based on the deployment model which you specified, either using the enterprise architect or a spreadsheet, you can create your own service design with in case you are integrated with CSA. So uh, it requires some sort of uh, preparation of the data in CSA itself. So in CSA or Coder, you have to first create the components for your application. So here you can see that I already have them. So but I had to create a component for the Ascend application, for the Oracle database server, and for the Windows 2008 R2 system. Otherwise, when you come first time to this page, some of this information will be missing. And you will simply use these three dots, and if you click on them, it will show you the information from the CSA, the information which was previously synchronized to enterprise maps. So in case you have something created right now in CSA, you have to first synchronize it to enterprise maps in order to see it here. So here I'm basically specifying. So let's get back and do it again. So here I'm specifying that this is my application Ascend, and it will be mapped to this component in CSA. So if I click on the three dots, I can specify the component which will be used to in my topology design, which will be used and will represent my application. So you can of course select any other if you want. Link selected, and you will do that with all the others which are missing here. If you don't do that, you are fine. You still can create the service design, but the service design will not be finished. Basically, this is the case of the service designs which are created by enterprise maps. We do not have the full picture in order to be able to deploy the application using the CSA. So what we will create are just some skeletons of the service designs in the CSA. Based on the component specification in CSA encoder, uh, the information which will be created in CSA encoder will be more or less rich. So let's give it a try. So here I have that specification and I click on the create new service design. So I have to give it some name. So let's ascend test free because I already created a couple of them. You have some other informations like what data center you would like to use, what CSA server in case you have more CSA servers. If your CSA server is not available, here you can configure it on the right panel, which will guide you to the integration configuration. But I have everything ready, so let's go to the next step. And here it will tell me what will be used in CSA. And I'm fine with that. There is no way how you can change it here. If you want to change something, then you have to get back to the page where you specify the mapping of enterprise maps data types to CSA components. But I am fine with this. I want to publish it, so let's click on publish. Now it will publish the service design to CSA. It will take a while. Now it's finished. So we can see that all the components were published successfully. And let's get back to Ascend application. So in Ascend application, if I go to cloud transformation, deployment models, I can see that here is that the deployment model or the service design from CSA is linked here, and that's not that not that important. I would like to see the design in CSA, of course. So here is my CSA server. I'm going to designs, topology, designer, and here is my, you can see that I have previous tries of this demo already, but here is my Ascend test free. And if I look at the details, and which can be seen here, I can see that the linkage is very much correct. That basically I have the application which uses two servers. On both of them we used Windows as operating system. On one of them there is Apache Tomcat. On another one is Oracle database. And you can see that there are some marks, red marks, which tells you that there is something missing. So that's what I was talking about previously, that we are creating just the skeletons, which are more or less full. But basically, in most cases, they are never ready to be deployed. So you have to fill in the missing information here in order to be able to finish the deployment and technically do the deployment to some concrete servers. So that was the cloud transformation use case. That was the last step, and that's I believe very helpful use case, very complex one, and it should help you to transform your applications to cloud. So, and that's all. Thank you for watching.